Glad to be back today with you, and I want to talk about the noise, the outside noise, and how the noise that's the outside world, whether it's advertising, it's news, it's politics, whatever it is, the noise is devised to get you off target. And you might be asking, like, what does it mean by target, Ashley? What do you mean? What's getting me off target, and what is my target? And I believe that the target really can be defined as your purpose, your duty, what you want to accomplish in this lifetime, the things that you want to achieve, and the things that you want to help others to do as well. And I found in my own life that I find like the noise when it comes to news or when it comes to advertising, even when it comes to some social media, it's so loud and it can take our mind off into a tangent, right? We begin to think about whatever it's politics is this or some sort of espionage or whatever happened in the meantime, and we tend to get off target, we get off our purpose, and we start focusing on this outside stuff. Now, I agree with you. Some things are important to know, but some of it's not. And I think that some of it really is devised to keep us in a whirlwind of information and misinformation that really keeps us in a state of flux. We feel insecure about the world around us. We feel vulnerable by the violence and the strife and the struggles. And we end up internalizing this stuff. And I don't know about you, but I've watched the news sometimes for hours on end. And never once have I left that time feeling great about myself. Not one time have I watched the news for even 20 minutes and felt better about where our world is at, okay? So we got to kind of think about it that way. And oftentimes what happens is maybe some of that is true, maybe it is honest, but what is that doing to challenge you to find your purpose instead of kind of, well, making you feel kind of bad, downtrodden, worried about our future? And that stuff starts swirling in your mind, and we begin to feel small because we think, well, why am I focusing on my purpose when all this devastation is happening around me? I mean, how can I focus on myself? Isn't that selfish? Well, I'm here to tell you today, right now, it's not. So you're probably asking right now, well, hey, how important actually is my target and my purpose? Well, I believe your target, your purpose is so important that you were actually put here on this planet to do it. And subconsciously, you already know this information. But how do we tap into it? How do you figure it out consciously? And how do you make it a life's purpose? Well, first of all, you tap into it by asking yourself some deep questions about what do you love about life, what do you love to do in your life, and what inspires you, but more importantly, what brings you joy. You know, when I was young, I knew I wanted to write, and I felt that compassion to write, and I would write essays for my mom to read. And it was interesting, my mom would read it and, oh, you're so great, you're so great. And I noticed that she was helping me to build up my self-esteem, but it was also kind of pushing me forward. Even if she wasn't there, I knew that was a destiny, a calling, a target, and a purpose. I also knew that I cared about people and I wanted the best for them. I knew I wanted to help people because back then I actually helped give advice to my babysitter when she was going through a tough time with a family member who was actually abusing her. And I was in second grade then. And as we grow and learn, we begin to cultivate that skill set that we have, that skill set that allows us the ability to do something bigger than us, that big purpose, that big target that I'm talking about. The noise, on the other hand, actually silences our inner calling. And why does it silence? Because it gets us confused and off our target, off our purpose, by us focusing our energy on all this stuff outside of ourselves. It's true. And noise is presented in a multitude of ways. And noise really is just that. It's noise. It may be haphazardly applied to you, but it doesn't actually really apply to you. Whether it's politics, arguments, and other things that actually lead to being not as mindful as we need to. And what I mean by the noise is, yes, some of this stuff might be true, and some of it might actually apply to the country you live in or issues that are taking place. But most of the time, what it does is it gets us off target, like I was talking about. It makes us confused. It makes us kind of have a lot of anxiety to the future of what's going to happen in our world. And so again, we get off target because we figure, why am I focusing on these goals when all this awful stuff is happening around us? We got to turn down the noise so we can actually focus. So I guess at this time you're probably asking me, okay, Ashley, I get it. It's a lot of noise out there. I need to focus on my target and my purpose. So how do I silence this noise that's going on? Well, the first thing you can do is start your own personal journal, your own notebook, a fresh one, a new one, and begin on page 1 with identifying the things in life that you love to do, the things that you actually enjoy. So we start with identifying what we love and what brings us joy. The next is begin to write down what impacts your life and what skill sets do you possess that actually kind of stands you out from the rest of the folks. Okay? And this is a big deal. This is not to judge yourself whether you're better or not better than other people. It's just to put your skill sets that you have into an honest perspective. Let me give you an example. Okay, I can do math. I'm okay about it. But however, I'm really not a mathematician. I'm not that great. On the other hand, I'm extremely qualified as a public speaker, and that stands me out. I'm not everything, but I'm good at certain skills. And so identifying those skill sets that you're good at, knowing that I'm not a mathematician, I probably shouldn't be a rocket scientist, but knowing that I'm a great public speaker means that I can get a point across and I can work with people and kind of have social skills like that. So figure out your skill set and begin to write those skills down, because that'll directly impact your target, directly impact your purpose. The next thing, step 2, is to actually work on your skill set, making it better, improving it. Practice makes perfect, doing the best you can. So whether it's public speaking or whatever it is that you do amazing, do it over and over again. Example, I've been on the radio since 2012. You know how many radio shows that is? More than I even want to talk about. But I got better and better and better, and I honed my craft and I sharpened my skills, and that's something that I really did well. So that's what you can do too. The third thing to turn down this noise is to turn off the TV. Stop engaging in all the rants on social media that takes you off target from learning about you. Don't engage in this. Take your engagement and bring it inward to engage in your success and make sure that your target and purpose becomes an actual reality. Last but not least is that your belief in this world is paramount. If you believe that this place is a scary and sad place, then that's what's going to happen. Your dreams are never going to come true. On the other hand, if you believe that this is a good place where you can excel and where you can be successful, guess what? You will. So if you don't buy into the hype, which is mostly negativity, they're not going to steal your joy, and you're going to stay focused on your target and purpose. Even if you don't really realize it right now, if you follow these steps and know that subconsciously you already know it, you will find it and you will be successful. Believe it, and it's true. You actually can achieve it. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Tell your friends and family about it. We're trying to increase the subscriptions so we can get the word out there. Share the video as well. I really appreciate it. And you know it, I want to hear your perspective, and I want to hear the way that you feel about life and some of the things you've done to turn down the noise in your life and to really focus on your true purpose. I know you're doing it, so keep doing it and keep living your true life today.